All right, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the slab method of hand building, and slab building is actually my favorite method for working with clay. I started by rolling this through the slab roller, which you can see that there is a canvas texture that is impressed into the surface of the clay that is easily removed with your fingertips. You could use a damp sponge, you could use a rib tool to easily smooth that out. For the sake of demonstration today though, I'm just gonna leave it in. The purpose of slab building is to create shapes that you can use to create forms with straight sides. So, for example, the slab is flat. It's almost like working with paper. You can treat it like a flat surface. So I'm just gonna take a ruler and my clay knife here, and you can see here I've made a perfectly straight cut using that ruler. You have a lot of control. This is obviously scrap, but you can create really beautiful straight edges, sharp corners. If I were creating something cylindrical, I wouldn't want to use the pinch method or the slump method or the newspaper method. I could easily cut myself a strip of a slab, and now I can easily form something into a cylinder. So if you are somebody who is creating, any cylinder shape, it could be a flower pot, it could be a sculpture of some sort of beverage, a mug, you can create your cylinder form just by overlapping your ends, making a strategic cut. Get rid of my little scraps here, and look at that. By creating that angled cut, I've now made a perfect cylinder. Now, that is not attached. I would have to slip and score, but if you are somebody working to create any sort of cylindrical form, the slab method is your best friend. Like I said, this is one of my favorite methods because I feel like I have the most control when I'm using slabs. So that is how you make a small slab cylinder. Of course, if you were making a taller cylinder, you would have to cut a larger piece, but this one is ready to go to be slipped and scored. You could also use the slab method for making smaller components to your sculpture. For example, these little scraps could be used as, ears to an elephant. You can use a slab to create flat components that are then added onto your sculpture later. I've had somebody do like a boom box, something like that where it has switches or knobs. You could easily use slabs to create small components that can be added into your sculpture at a later time. So the slab is extremely versatile. I also want to show you how to create not just curved forms, but you can also use slabs for making straight-sided shapes. I'm just going to hack into this piece and see what I can come up with. But if you were making something like a slice of pie or a box or something that has flat edges, the slab method would be very, very useful. I'm just going to stack these up. I'm not being terribly precise. If I cared about making perfectly symmetrical pieces, I would probably make a cardboard template first and then use that cardboard as a guide when I'm cutting. But let's say I'm making like a little wedge of cheesecake or a slice of pie or cake. I might even trim these edges, but you can use the slab method, and I would show you tricks for joining two 90-degree angles there. But the slab method allows you to build up and create edges with straight sides. So I could turn this into like a slice out of a cheese wheel. I could make 4 sides and create a sort of box form if I were trying to sculpt a book or a small piece of furniture. Anything that would have straight sides, you would want to use the slab method. Now, my clay is extremely flimsy at this point. If I were wanting to make a curved form, like if I were making the top of a treasure chest or an arched form, my clay is in perfect condition to do that. If I wanted to make a sculpture that had perfectly straight sides, like a book or a box, I would want to probably wait a few minutes for the clay to stiffen up. It's perfectly fine to let your clay sit out on your canvas for a little while just to evaporate some so that it becomes a little bit more robust, well, not robust, but a little bit more sturdy for the attaching. If I were to attach these right now, they would really run the risk of collapsing inward. So the slab method is extremely versatile, and you can use these hand building methods together in any combination that you see fit for the subject you're working towards. So slabs are great for curved forms and also for straight-sided forms.